in St. Patrick. That's where you need to visit when looking for products made of the finest local wood. They deliver and install items at no extra cost. Your satisfaction is their mission. The extra step is taken to ensure their customers are completely satisfied. They do doors and finished kitchens, supplies mattresses, and restores antique pieces to look like the first day they were made. Hey, give us a call on 442-4645 and 442-9726. Classic Furniture, Grenada's homegrown furniture producers.
Ozone really gets it clean. Get with the Ozone family line of products. Ozone liquid laundry detergent, perfect for your semi or fully automatic washing machines, yet suitable for your hand wash, soft on your hands. Ozone Disinfecting Cleaner. It's the most powerful disinfectant and cleaner with a long-lasting fresh scent. Tackles every job around the house or office. Ozone detergent powder and ultra soft fabric softener gets your clothes clean with a natural freshness, keeps your colors bright. Choose from the wonderful scents, soft flower, ocean breeze, and the new aloe vera. Keep your kitchen sparkling clean with the Ozone dishwashing liquid, Ozone sponges, and cleaning cloth. Ozone toilet bowl cleaner removes lime scale and kills germs while giving your toilet a refreshing scent. Ozone really gets it clean. Marketed and distributed by Calico, Frequente St. George's, and are available at shops and supermarkets nationwide.
It's a hungry world out there, with everybody scrambling to get a share. Wolves in sheep clothing, birds of prey waiting to swoop down on you, and there's no telling what they'll do. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. When you're walking, what you say when you're talking, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful, careful. We have to prepare to meet the challenges of life without fear. Greed and jealousy, hatred and envy, man, you have to move with care in that jungle out there.
You gotta be careful. You have to be careful. Good morning. How you doing? That song there by Merchant, yeah. Well, I think I've gotten it now. Yeah, I think you should be seeing. Yeah, you should have received a notification. Okay, yeah, Tamika is already there. Good morning, Jackie. How you doing? Yeah, it's yeah, there was a bit of a bother this morning, and do I apologize for that? Yeah, well, I guess. Good morning, London Jane. How you doing? Everything good? Right. To all my listeners on the stream, yeah, we've got that radio stream. For our listeners. To all my listeners on the stream, top of the morning to you, and here's hoping that you'll have a wonderful day. Today's what date? Today's the 2nd of the 11th month. Yeah, the Prime Minister celebrates his birthday this month. And yesterday he took his booster shot. Well, I'm going for mine, do we? Huh? Yeah, well, if he booster shot, yeah. That was yesterday. He took his booster shot, yeah. So, those who have received 2 doses of the AstraZeneca, all right, you can get your booster shot. Yeah, man. Well, hey, nurse, come in for my booster shot today. All you have up here now. Hopefully nothing, and next thing all you don't have, I want my booster shot. Faitlin Douglas, how are you? Nice. Have yourself a wonderful day, my girl. Well, like you see the working this morning. Oh boy. Hold on. Did we ever? I'm trying to figure out what the problem is, because it looks like if this morning is not a good morning for me to be at work, better let the insurance guys take care of the thing, eh? Anyway, let me send out the invite before they say that I did not send an invite. Okay, somebody said something to me just before. Caroline, I ain't even bothering to repeat your statement. All right. Yeah. Okay. So let's I was going to do something and then Caroline, you sent me a message and just interfered. Oh, I know what I was gonna do now. So let me see if I could add him, then add him by 2. You're trying to figure out what I'm doing. I tell you this, even Andre trying to figure out what Andre doing this morning. Honestly. It's like Andre not with it today. Andre trying to figure out what is Andre doing this morning. Good morning, Pat. Top of the morning to you. Heads open. You have a wonderful day, my girl. Yeah, I really and truly don't know what. It's one of those mornings that I just don't, Bernadette, good morning. I just don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, that's true. We always worry about our look, stature, and power. But the truth is that they neither matter to those who love us, nor to those who don't love us. Interesting. Yeah, because if my shirt is dirty, it wouldn't matter to those who love me. And those who ain't love me, they ain't care anyway. So what's the big deal? Yeah. So I wear dirty shirt from now on. Good morning, Said. What happening, Regine? Nice. You think I don't monitor your stuff, eh? I do. Antonito Peters! What's up, bro? Oh. Tuesday. Today's Tuesday, right? Wait, not even that calendar. I have to go to the computer to find out. Yeah, Tuesday. Today is Tuesday the 2nd. Yeah. Yes, I usually pay attention to your stuff. You think I don't, but I do. I haven't seen you for a while. I did pass by the other day, but you weren't there. Don't know where you went. Christine, good morning. Christy Batiste, I mean, yeah. Listen to this. This is a very, very, very nice message. When you rise in life, your friends know who you are. Listen carefully. When you rise in life, your friends know who you are. When you fall down, you know who your friends are. I like that one. When you rise in life, your friends know who you are. Yeah, they always want to, oh, you can't do that for me, you can't help me, digga. When you fall in life, you looking around and wondering, you know? Well, where are my friends? Somebody just sent me a message here. Let me see what it is. Andre, who's your best friend? That's an easy one. My best friend? That's an easy one. Well, Mama's my real friend. That was my real serious shot at my mom. But she's no longer here. All right? And my dad? No, my dad and I weren't that tight. But we were good. But we weren't that tight. You know, like bridging. Okay, Ryan, I got your message. Yeah, my dad and I weren't like bridging. But my mom and I, yeah, we were tight. You know, I can't tell you things that I used to be doing to my mom. You crazy? Da. Yeah, especially when she was sick, you know, we were really, really tight. Yeah. My big sister will tell you that. My big sister will tell you, that guy, he's not a good guy. But yeah, my big sister is a real good, my relatives, my family members, they're really good friends of mine. But my best friend, like, not related to me, like blood relation, Robert Whyte. Robert Whyte. That's my best friend. That's my homie right there. Am I his best friend? Sure, I ain't even asking that. Are you crazy? Nah, I ain't asking that. Just send me a message saying that his computer ain't working. So you're going to come in this morning as if I want him to come in. I don't really want him to come in. But computer ain't working. Better buy a computer for him one day. Yeah, one day when I become thing, I'll buy a computer for him. What? There were a lot of people that tinging. Okay. I'm gonna do this for you. Let's take a commercial break. We come back, yeah?
Ozone really gets it clean. Get with the Ozone family line of products. Ozone liquid laundry detergent. Perfect for your semi or fully automatic washing machines. Yet suitable for your hand wash. Soft on your hands. Ozone Disinfecting Cleaner. It's the most powerful disinfectant and cleaner with a long-lasting fresh scent. Tackles every job around the house or office. Ozone detergent powder and ultra-soft fabric softener gets your clothes clean with a natural freshness. Keeps your colors bright. Choose from the wonderful scents, soft flower, ocean breeze, and the new aloe vera. Keep your kitchen sparkling clean with the Ozone dishwashing liquid, Ozone sponges, and cleaning cloth. Ozone toilet bowl cleaner removes lime scale and kills germs while giving your toilet a refreshing scent. Ozone really gets it clean. Marketed and distributed by Calico, Frequente St. George's, and are available at shops and supermarkets nationwide.
Who wants to save 30%? Everybody. Now more than ever, Flow understands the need to make your dollar stretch. Our new bundles can help you save 30% off your current bill. Plus, get a free speed upgrade on your in-home internet. Simply add your mobile to your current home services account and save 30%. It's easy. Sign up now and save. All on the most reliable fixed and mobile network on island. Visit a Flow store or call us at 1-800-804-2994 for more information. Flow, it only gets better. Terms and conditions apply.
How did you get your electricity bill to be so low?
For one, we size our transformers just for what we need, and we unplug transformers, chargers, and other devices when they're not in use. We also replaced our light bulbs with LED. I even replaced the seal on my refrigerator door to keep the cold air in.
How do you know if it is working?
We pay attention to the usage history table. Over time, our average usage.
Green's Concept introduces the latest innovation in air conditioning technology in Grenada, providing the most energy efficient, environmentally friendly air conditioning units in Grenada. Using a natural refrigerant, our air conditioning unit systems are up to 40% more energy efficient than the current units used in the Grenadian market. Powerful cooling while using less electricity and very inexpensive. That means more money in your pocket. We offer free delivery to all locations of installation and installed by top quality trained professional engineers with over 20 years experience in the business. Contact Green's Concept 417-5460 or 442-1663. Email greensconcept@gmail.com. At Green's Concept, we cool you and the planet.
Greens Concepts announces special prices on 18,000 and 24,000 BTU units. You have been saving on power, now save on prices. Call us today.
Hey, I am Corporal 85 Grant, attached to CRD Eastern Division, reminding you that incest and all other sexual violence is a crime.
Me say no make them take advantage of you.
When you think of Grenville Cooperative Credit Union, what comes to mind? A reliable financial institution that has stood the test of time. Maybe you think about the convenience and quality financial service they provide. Do you think about their readiness to help you retire, achieve your academic goals, build your dream home, buy the piece of land, or the elegant car? Or maybe the convenience of their different locations, Jubilee Street in Grenville, or the new outlet on Lucas Street in St. George's in the Derek Sylvester building. Maybe you always consider how they're always a phone call away. 442-8602 or 438-4228. They're also online, www.grenvillecreditunion.com. No matter what comes to mind, remember, Grenville Cooperative Credit Union is the best place to save and to borrow, working with you to make your brighter tomorrow.
There comes a time in every household when a loved one passes on, and we all need the support and guidance of a trusted friend. Lacroix Brothers Funeral Home has been your dedicated friend. And now, for your convenience and added financial ease, we introduce specially designed complete funeral packages from as low as $5,500. Same professional quality services, but now greater choices at the lowest possible prices. As you prepare to enter your loved one into eternal rest, visit Lacroix Brothers Funeral Home and select a package that brings added comfort to the entire family. Conditions apply. Serving you from locations in St. George's, Grenville, and Carriacou. Call us at 440-2302 any time of day. Lacroix Brothers Funeral Home, continuing a tradition of excellence.
M&M Hardware Limited, Hope St. Andrew and Dusty Highway, St. George. Shop conveniently for all your building materials, including plumbing, electrical, lumber, cement, steel, and much more. We manufacture roofing sheets available in 11 colors, aluminum windows, doors, insect screens, and hurricane shutters. Installation services are available for all our manufactured products. Our opening hours are Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. M&M Hardware Limited. Come on in and experience our affordable prices, or call us 444-6757 or 440-6757 Dusty Highway. Email us at info@mahonhardware.com or mnmdusty@mahonhardware.com. M&M Hardware, foundation to roof. Let's build together.
It's me again, Jaja, as I fall on my knees and pray. Shake a locks, boy. Shake a locks, boy. I can't shake my locks and sing at the same time. I'm not able to multitask. So if I shake my locks, I shake. Is it you want me to shake my locks or you want me to sing? Which one? Shake my locks? Okay. I'm an insulting person, but they say shake your locks, UJ. That means you're singing to make it no. You're singing to make it an impact. You know, I was talking just now about friendship and quality. And yeah, friendship and wadidi wadada and all kind of thing. I was telling you about that. And I took a break. Well, why I took a break is because my friend. Yeah, my friend. Yeah, my who is my friend? But I told you guys who he was. Okay. You grinning about you a Cheshire cat? What? Say.
Good morning, Grenada.
Okay, right, that's better.
And good morning to the listeners and viewers. Viewers, we're still viewing, huh? of
I
Real FM.
know if you viewing. I am.
So good morning to the listeners and viewers of Real FM. It's a pleasure to be here again. I had a little respite last week.
Tell them what was wrong.
Well, it so happened that I made multiple trips to the area and the home that facilitates the life of the people in the waste management services. Or that's some way.
To get you. Program done.
Yeah. Yeah, so.
Yeah. People know that they need to invest in toilet facilities and they could insure them too. Program done. That's it. That's it, my bro.
Yes, but it's good to be back as always.
No, it's good. Nice to have you. Stan and I, we chatted. Stan just popped up. Did I send a message this morning? I did, didn't I?
No, I didn't receive it, but I know it's Tuesday.
Oh, you didn't receive it. I sent the message to your phone, to your email.
I didn't. Oh, no, I didn't go on email this morning.
Oh, okay.
But dear friend Ryan can't make it this morning.
What? What's wrong?
He's on his way to the doctor. We're going to check up and make sure he's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's fine. We need to do a checkup ever so often.
Peter Joseph says good morning. Do you know him?
I know the name.
Claire Joseph says nice shirt, cuz.
Thank you. And I know you know colors. I know you know blends. Thank you, Claire.
You know, what is interesting? I have a same shirt, same color like that. I never get nice shirt.
No. You don't have a same shirt.
Same shirt.
You have a similar shirt.
No, not similar. Same shirt.
A similar shirt.
If I'm your best friend, then that shirt is mine.
What? And I'm not contesting that.
Exactly.
So you didn't wear my pants one time to go in a Calypso show in the cinema?
You say that. I ain't gonna say nothing. I can just leave that. Because if you go to the thing about who wearing what,
then everything got
the bad. Let me don't wash your dirty linen in public.
Sometimes we don't know who coming down the road.
Exactly.
Based on the clothes.
Hey, I got one for you. I got one for you, yeah? And this one deals with a vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
There are two dogs. One dog is standing on his hind legs on a box, and the front legs are both in the inside the engine area in a vehicle.
Uh-huh.
And he has a couple of spanners and he had toolbox and everything, right?
Okay.
And the other dog is there looking at him with ears up, wondering, what the heck is that? Dog is a mechanic. You can see him wondering that, yeah? And then the other dog, the dog that is inside the bonnet, turns around to the dog and he says, when you have eaten as much homework as I have, you would learn a few things.
Eating as much homework?
Yeah. It's like that dog mom was eat everybody who's
everybody
a mechanic,
books.
Everybody who's a mechanic eat
You know what that reminds me of?
Peter Joseph is from Rosie, right?
Oh, right. I know the name. Hey, Peter. What's up, buddy? Yeah.
That one is a classic.
It reminds me one night. I had this habit that, I'll some driving and sometimes see dogs in the road and stop by them. Just stop and look at the dog and we'll go. And sometimes dog just walk away. But there was this one day, I was in Maran, I could never forget. I was in Maran and I see this dog. It was probably about midday. They said they were trying to eat something from the road. So I stopped and I run my lines on him. The dog turned around and it leaned his head to one side. It leaned his head to the other side. And I could see the dog forehead creasing. And let me tell you something. I started laughing. You know why? Because it's like the dog by his facial expression saying, hey. But I didn't know we start to drive car now. Yeah, Yeah, so that one this morning reminded me of this.
What the hell are we driving?
We're driving car now. I tell you, even see the dog expression. It leaning head to one side and the forward crease and it leaning to the other side and it looking at me intensely. And that's the only caption I could add to that dog's expression.
I saw one that had to do with some rats and vaccine.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't remember it fully, but I can paraphrase it quickly for you, Rob. 2 rats they're checking out and they're observing, I think they were observing a human getting the vaccine.
Mm-hmm.
So the one rat said, you realize they don't use us to test this time. Is humans?
Yeah, humans.
They tested it on us.
Right this time.
They tested on us.
They flipped the script.
They flipped the script. Anyway, good morning, friends, wherever you are. Nice to have you along. And thanks once again for choosing Real 91.9 FM. 91.5, www.therealfmgrenada.com. Did you send a message to Stan?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, because I know I did send the things. I'm going to send it second time around. Bobby, did you see it in your email?
Yeah.
You saw it?
Mm-hmm.
Right, so, but I'm going to send it second time around just to make sure that old Stanny boy gets it. So what should I do? What is Stan's email address? I just can't remember that. Stan. Okay, so I have to put up Robert's on, put Ryan on, put Robert's on, and then Stan will automatically come up. DSR Philip. Okay. David Stan Philip. What is R for? Oh.
You repeat.
Well, that's what I just did. I repeated the email. So, insurance. We're here to talk this morning. The lighter side of it, maybe, because we're not in full force this morning. Is that what's going to happen? Are we going to go full speed ahead?
Yeah, we'll go. We started 2 Tuesdays ago. Mm-hmm. We were discussing pensions.
Yeah.
I think it's useful to continue that topic because we did end at a point where we promised to get back to it. Because there are a couple of things that, it's an ongoing discussion. Let's put it this way. Yes. So just to recap, we did look at what's a pension. And we say it's an arrangement through which, one, excuse me, or the guarantee that one would have income during the latter years, right, when you're not working again. It's a very simple explanation. And we did look at sources, where we're talking about money, but where is it going to come from? Now, when you work, you know where your money coming from. One time your company is going to pay you, right? And if you own a company for yourself, then it's almost guaranteed that you must get paid because
almost,
it's almost guaranteed.
Almost.
Right? But we're looking at sources from personal accumulation because it's always good to save and accumulate and invest and so. So savings, investment, personal pension plans, like if you have company-sponsored pension plans, all right, then you could have Social Security, which is our NIS. And then we did mention company-arranged pension plans. And, we also did ask the question, when to start? When is a good time to start? Well,
the best time that came up to start was to start, even if you're in secondary school, start planning.
Start planning.
Yeah.
And so that by the time you get your first paycheck, you can start executing the plan, right? And people get the feeling, hey, I'm young. And yes, you are young. And yes, you may live for a good 70.
You may.
You may. And if you do, kudos to you if you had started to plan early. Because the earlier you start, the easier it is. And let me explain what I mean by that. If I, Andre, at age 20, started to put aside $100 a month, right? And I do that for 30 years, I will have way more money than somebody who, let's say at age 40, 45, started to put aside $300 a month. The advantage or the benefit of compound interest over time. Mm-hmm. As your money accumulates and the interest is compounded on it, it tends to grow and grow at a faster rate. So time is of critical importance when you're arranging for your pension. So that's why I said the best time to start is when from your first paycheck. Mm-hmm. That time as well, you may not have somebody attending expenses that you kind of pick up on the way. Because by that time you have no children, you probably don't have a mortgage. Not probably. Nobody has a mortgage on the first paycheck.
No.
Right? You don't own a vehicle. So these additional costs come along the way. But once you would have already started your pension arrangements, right? And again, remember, we're speaking personal pension planning here. Not necessarily that you okay, the company that I work with, because in my case, when I started with the company in 1990, that was one of the things I had to sign to. That I will be expected to be, well, not expected, I must be, I'm mandated to be part of your pension and group health plans. Even if you had probably given me an option then, I might have said, okay, hold on still. But I didn't have an option. There was something that the company said, this is what we do around here.
This is what we do, yeah.
Right? And so, if you have a company plan, that's fine, but your own planning is still so very important because, one, you may not work with a company for as long as you probably, you go with a company and sometimes you move between companies. And if you start with John Inc., and you eventually move to Harry and Company may not necessarily have a pension arrangement as you would have had with John Inc. But if you have your own personal planning, you can beef up and continue ensuring that there is provisions over time from your personal arrangement. Right? We did look at, I don't think we got to the point of what would people need at retirement. What if somebody needs at retirement? And again, emphasizing the point why you must have adequate sums of money at retirement. Right? Not because you'll get to the point where the nation or the company you work for says, well, you know what? We do not need to have your services anymore. We wish not to have your services anymore. And so we may give you the grand send-off. And, Friday evening, you're the best boy on the block because, we're celebrating 40 years of your involvement with us and so. Mm-hmm. And Monday, they'll come back. That's why. Don't come here Monday.
We don't want to see you.
Right? That sounds harsh, but that's what it is. You might even have access to the keypad and all of that. And, you're walking out. You might even be retiring as the CEO. And you get this huge send-off. But you can't walk back in Monday morning. You're just not here with us anymore. And there's a psychological side to that. We won't address that today. Right? And we'll still keep it on the financial side. So you must know that come next month, one, that there will be a source of income that you can depend on. Because now you can't depend on the direct pay. Because there's no direct pay again. You're not employed here. Mm-hmm. So we have no obligation.
You don't bring me flowers anymore,
You don't bring me flowers anymore.
Yeah.
Right? So there's one, you need to know that there is that source of income that you could depend on. Right? And two, you also need to guarantee that it would be in the amounts that would help you to maintain your standard of living as you get accustomed to. Because there are persons who, one, they know they will retire, and there might even be some arrangements, sometimes that they do, sometimes that the employer does. Right? Or let's say in the absence of an employer-sponsored plan, mm-hmm. Let's say they have NIS, right? Because of course you must have NIS once you're employed. And they rest comfortable on that because, well, I have NIS. Let's leave out the employer-sponsored plan for a while. I have NIS. And they rest comfortably on that because I have NIS. And when they're about to retire, something says to them, well, let me make a check and see what I'll get from NIS when I retire next year. Because now you start to think, you go into retirement mode because it's a year before you retire, which is a terrible thing. But some people do that. And you find out that your NIS is not going to be an amount parallel to what you would have received during your employment. And what I mean is that you used to make $1,000, NIS is a percentage of that. And this is not here something knocking NIS. NIS is fantastic because there are some persons who, had it not been for NIS, then have nothing at all.
Well, that is correct.
Right? But NIS is not designed And actually, there's no pension plan that is designed to pay you 100% of what your pre-retirement income is. So whether it's NIS, whether it's a company-sponsored pension plan, none of them would say, Robert, you used to work for $1,000 a month, so you retire now, we're giving you earning $1,000 from that thing. They're just not designed to do that. And there are a number of reasons why. One, the expectation is that you will not have the same level of expense as during your retirement as you would have while you're working. Because the assumption is mortgage is cleared off, the children big and on their own, so you do not have those attending expenses to take care of. The truth is, in the ideal world, that may be correct, but there are some persons who make children late, right? I mean, in your case, Andre, if you make an accident now, you may fall into that category where you have to be in your. I realize you're not laughing. Okay. Right?
As long as you realize I'm not laughing, so you know you're in danger. That's good.
In your period where you would know during your retirement years, you would still have the attending responsibility of maybe children to send to school, or a child or two to send to school, and you think of university education, that sort of thing, and these are very costly. So at a time when you do not have the usual income, because you're just getting less than what you used to before, you still have those other expenses. So, but there are persons who go through this.
Here's a suggestion coming from Claire. She says, I think the best way to go about it is to budget from the beginning, so when you decide to retire, you can stay within the budget.
That is correct. That is correct. But the average person don't budget. You get money and you spend money, and your money finish halfway in a month, and you go through, or you create debts. All right, because again pay month and again. So by the time month end rolls by, and you take care of those credits that you got in within the last half of the month, it reduces the income by X. And now you go through the same cycle, because X now is not enough to take you through the month. So Claire, you're very correct. Budgeting is important, extremely important. You must, and live within your means. This might be a touchy topic, but I believe that too great a percentage of our people live outside of their means. Andre, I see it all the time. I see people's finances, because that's my job. Mm-hmm. And people live outside of their means. And it's not something that we want to address.
Yeah. As a financial advisor, do you help? Do you try to help when you see?
Of course, you make recommendations, right? Let me give you a classic example. I met one time a client of mine who had a substantive job. And I mean, I really mean substantive. Job, had this huge house, new car. Children are going to piano lessons, swimming lessons, karate lessons, all of the lessons, and they came at a cost. And they lived the lifestyle and looked good from the outside. No insurance. All right, I'm speaking about the mother now as a breadwinner. No life insurance, no health insurance, no nothing. And might I mention, in addition to the salary, which was good, right? There was also, in the house that I mentioned, there's an apartment building, and that was additional income. So there was a second income. But there was so much expenses to support the lifestyle that there were hardly anything else from which you can actually do some planning. Mm-hmm. But we had to find ways, because the client recognized that, listen, I can't continue so. And through conversation, because you can't go in people's house and tell them, hey, what's the matter with you? You shouldn't this and you shouldn't that. No, that conversation can't go like that. But you have to ask questions and probing questions to bring out the information and to expose them to the reality, right? That, hey, you don't have protection here. If you go to work this morning and you end up sick in the hospital and they say, okay, it's a bill for $20,000, how are you taking care of that? Worst case scenario, if you die, how do children continue with the very lifestyle that you get them accustomed to? So, the whole question of budgeting and all that is important, and making sure you live below your expenses. put aside money, so that you could build a nest egg, what we call emergency fund. And then when you would have taken care of that, then you start to look for monies for investment now. Because emergencies do happen. Be it a child falls sick, be it you yourself fall sick, be it you're going on good and a crazy man just on the other side of the road and he smash into your car and then he doesn't have insurance, or if he does have it, then the time frame, because he not claiming liability and you end up in court, and the time period within which the incident happened and maybe the settlement could have in a spot a border. Sometimes you need to dig into your own reserves. But how would you if you don't have reserves to start with? So you have to have those emergency funds and so. But you know, we digress a bit, but it's an important injection here, right? The message here still is budgeting is good, and I agree with you, Claire. Not just good, it's absolutely important and necessary that you budget. But sticking on the issue of retirement, it's important that you, in addition to, even if you have NIS, Social Security, even if your company that you work for has a pension arrangement, it is still important that you assess what, between these two providers, what would you receive when that day comes? What's the likelihood? I mean, you don't know that you're going to get $15 or $20, except there are some plans that kind of have a guaranteed benefit. It's a different kind of thing, right? But outside of that specific knowledge, what you do know is that I will be entitled to some monies. But you need to get an assessment from the two sources that I mentioned, the Social Security and your company-sponsored pension arrangement. What am I likely to receive? And if you get that every year, then you could plan, because it will change as you make contributions and as you fund themselves on interest. It will change, it will increase, but you need to know that the increase is keeping in line with what you need, because if not, you need to augment it with something else, your own personal planning. And that's why I said, no matter what the scenario is, always have your own personal planning.
I have two comments on it, and the first one says, isn't there a government program that gives people money that are retired and without income and pension? And will that program be stopped by the time we retire? Well, my dear, what's it, Sunset City or somebody sending that? Don't know your gender. But if you're going to believe that it is correct to rely on that, then I think that you're not doing what is proper for you and those around you. And as you quite rightly said, you don't know which government going to be in office by the time you retire, who might decide that we don't have the money for this thing and we're going to stop it. Correct, Rob?
Well, that's absolutely correct. But even if the government of the day, when that person retires, still decides that it is important to keep that arrangement going, what we do know even now is that the amount that you receive can just barely take care of your electricity bill and light bill, the bare necessities. Now, Asa, Grenville, who's here, well, you may not even get telephone inside, and that's it. So even with the existence of a government assistance program, and that's what it is.
It's not a pension.
It's not a pension in and of itself, and it is not inadequate amounts, right? And who relies on that? The persons who were
very
vulnerable.
Very vulnerable.
So you should not, people shouldn't aspire to be under that program. Let's put it that way.
And if Sunset City is on this program now via social media, it means that you're not vulnerable.
Yeah.
So don't put yourself in a vulnerable position in years to come.
Asking for a friend, I guess.
Yeah. Don't put yourself in a vulnerable
position. But and that's why it's important that persons connect to programs like these that we're speaking about now, and get the necessary knowledge about, how to manage and provide for your pension, or the importance at least of doing that, right? Because we can't go into everything on this program. We certainly can't. What we're doing is creating the awareness. We can't necessarily discuss the vehicles and so.
So here's Sunset City again coming at us and say, and I don't know, Sunset City, you just seem to be, you kind of positive, you're kind of negative, you're kind of in between. You can't do that. You can't just walk that fine line. You will trip. But let me tell you this. Let me read what that person says. No matter how much money that is saved and the time you take to save that money, one unforeseen expense can take all that money away. That is correct. I do believe that is correct. However, if you did not save it, then that unforeseen expense might have caused your demise or could cause your demise.
Well, I don't know if Sunset City is really connecting to the substantive point that we're trying to make. We were basically saying that to fund your retirement, you need to ensure that there is adequate amounts of money coming to you. One of those sources can be Social Security, because everybody, once you're an employed person, is required to contribute to NIS. So that is one source. If your company that you work with has a plan in place, that's another source. But we are saying that irrespective of those two possibilities, because not everybody would have everybody would have NIS, but not every company has a pension arrangement. So we are saying that you need to save to augment, not in and of itself to be the be all and end all of your pension planning. And while yes, an unforeseen circumstance could wipe out the money that you save, that money that we're speaking about that you need to put aside is not supposed to be your savings account. You're supposed to have an emergency fund for that, and your pension arrangement should be separate. So Sunset City, we hope that is a bit clearer now.
Well, Sunset City do a month. Sunset City say that they save the money in Cap Bank. Well, I can't help you there.
Things bad.
Things bad with you.
Things bad.
I don't know how to help you there at all. That is you. I want you to read this one for yourself, so I'm going to turn the computer so you can read it.
We boy Clever.
Yo!
Clever, I did not even see. Well, all right, too many people work to get rich.
That's a myth.
Work towards retirement, when that is, with the exception of longevity and age. When are you able to pay your bills, controlled, buy food, take a vacation, and a burial fund? You are ready to retire. It is a keeper's money, two families, that pulls men into the grave of depravity. And deputy is not...
Deputy is not always essential, yeah?
Now, Clever, you touched on a point that, and I believe, from what I read, you touched on a point there, the importance of maybe...
Caller, we coming to you.
Multiple streams of income. I'm kind of sensing that is, you're hinting that. And maybe the importance of investing as well. And we could continue discussion on that as we go deeper into this program.
Cap Bank didn't take anybody's money. People walk in there with their monies because of the percentage that was being offered.
Well, there's always a risk in investing.
Yeah.
And there's a rule of thumb is, the greater the returns, the greater the risk. And if it sounds so good to be true, then it probably is.
Yes.
They sound like cliches, and maybe they are, but they're still guiding principles when it comes to investing.
Good morning.
Mr. Donald, good morning, and good morning to Mr. Whyte, Sunday.
Morning. How do?
Well, I did so. How is your daddy, boy? How is Winston?
Winston is good.
Winston
is Winston.
I don't see him in these 2 days in town.
No, he moved up in the countryside.
Well, they still be, anyhow.
Yeah.
Well, Andre, Mr. Donald.
Oi, girl.
I'm trying to see if I could get some hot pepper. Some pepper, because I have a family member here and they want some pepper. Hot pepper.
Hot pepper. All
yes,
right.
to make pepper sauce.
If anybody calls me, I'll let you know.
Yes, tell them Mr. Me want some pepper sauce. And how you doing, Andre?
As good as you.
Well, I try and I start to campaign it.
Yeah, well, I know that.
I want my jersey this morning and my cap, but as y'all.
Now I want the white pants coming, the white
No,
pants.
I don't want any white pants yet. Well, I start there, I'm putting it on from next week.
Next week, all right.
Yes, I'm starting next week. Hold on, good morning. And good morning to all the beautiful people in Grenada.
All right.
Have a blessed day.
Okay, you too, love. Take
Thank
care.
you to get the pepper for me.
Yes, I'll try.
Bye-bye.
Okay, good.
Bye, Kami.
Kami's a staple.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Kami like Clifford. They're staples. You don't have them around, then you know something is wrong.
Yeah.
Here's a good friend of yours is saying, morning, Robert is correct. that it is correct in those professional positions. It is important to have well-rounded training, be it bankers, insurance executive, politicians. One needs to have coaching, mentoring, and professional training. I don't know where that person gone in that one, but I guess you're correct in what you're saying. That's all I can say. It's a good thing I didn't say who write that one this morning. That one kind of, wow, that heights. That like when you smoke weed. That one high, boy. Anyway, but thanks for that one. You said that you did not want to touch vehicles and stuff this morning. You more wanted to concentrate.
No, we're on pension.
We're on pension.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
As you look at Grenada, and Sunset did bring up something here, Robert, which is and you were able to quickly point out that it's not a pension by government. It is an assistance.
It's yeah.
And people have to realize that government does not pay any pension. They don't have there's no pension scheme per se. Am I correct? By government, except for people who work before 1984 or something like that?
That's correct. So even what they offer to the vulnerable should never be considered a pension. This is an assistance program.
All right, Sunset City Grenada says, thanks very much for taking my comments and questions. This is a very good program. Financial literacy is very important and something that is lacking in our country. Not just our country. In Caribbean. It's a Caribbean thing. People are they're not educated financial literacy, and that is a serious problem.
And I tell you this, Andre, it has always been my opinion, and now I'm even more strong on this opinion, that we need to teach, I think I said it in this program before, we need to teach our children at school and at home. We need to teach them financial literacy. The problem though is at home, the families are getting younger, the parents are getting younger, and some of them never had it themselves. So it might be challenging. I'm not saying that that should absolve them from the responsibility. You make children, and not just even your children, you're supposed to be able to take care of yourself financially as well and put those principles to work. Mm-hmm. So you should seek them. But if people don't have it, then the persons who do should help. And that's again why this program is important. But I'm saying that even at a school level now, there are creative ways that we could teach our children financial literacy. I believe that we should, from as early as kindergarten, you could have maybe Friday evenings. You have games evening. I know they focus on games from a physical education standpoint, and but there should also be provision for games that would, excuse me, expose you to issues of financial, financial matters and so. So, for example, there's Monopoly. Teach them children Monopoly because you are learning principles, financial principles in those games, as well as it's an exciting thing. At the end of the day, I want to know, whoa, I came out thing, I had $50,000 and I had 5 hotels, and could you imagine your little kids coming home?
And if you have some properties, some real estate properties over there, if you land there, I'm going to charge you money.
Right. But so your kids come home and they're saying that to mommy and daddy and they're excited because that's what they did today in school. You are inculcating in them financial principles. They are learning through a fun way issues of money and applications of principles surrounding money, investing and all of that. And that could be, I know, as this might be for the earlier kindergartens and maybe, the what they don't say standard now, what they say again? Grade. The grade 4s and maybe 5s and so on, But when you start to go secondary school, they should up the game, teach you a little more, right? Now they learn principles of business and so on. Quite frankly, I believe that before you get to that point, there should be the conduit, the understanding before that helps you.
But Robert, there is a sort of a conduit, and it has to do with something that they had in school when I was there, Savings Union.
That
they
too.
had that in school.
That too.
And, it is long gone.
But they should reintroduce it.
In most schools. I don't know if it exists in any school, but so that's why I say in most schools it's long gone. And but there's one I am seeing now that which I believe was a flaw in the savings union. You put your money in the savings union, but that is all it did, saved your money.
Right.
It didn't give you interest.
So yes, that may have been a flaw, but
so I see that as a flaw within that system.
But even if, and while I agree that it should be adjusted / amended to allow for an investment return, because you probably want to inculcate that in them to that when
that
you put aside money.
If you based on what you do, and you can put money in different, you can put money here, which you can withdraw, or you can put money in a fixed deposit there, and that would earn you interest. That sort of thing what we have today in terms of the technology that we have, it makes it easy.
Today.
But
back then, and follow me on this. Back then, you're asking teachers
to do it,
who are already overloaded with their own preparation and execution of their teaching job. You're asking them now to take on the responsibility for managing money. Now that in itself was risky, as unfortunately some teachers borrowed.
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, that is a charge that has been leveled against, why some of those things never worked. But forgetting that, right? With the best of intention, the challenge is, no, I have to be responsible for money, no, I have to account. And when I say account, you have, because if Andre been putting in 5 cents every week, and he did that for 20 weeks, you must be able to show Andre that you have $1, right? And then it's not that just Andre, it's maybe the whole school, and you need to make sure all your accounting is okay. That in itself is additional work, and it's an additional skill that the teachers may not necessarily have. So you need to have in the schools persons who, one, have the accounting ability, right? Some form. It might be simple accounting, but it's accounting nonetheless to get it done. And that may or may not be your regular teacher. So
Robert, this problem is easily solved. I'll tell you how it's easily solved. In a rocket science, what the people who you end up saving with, the people who you end up doing business with, can do this thing, and they can do it very easy, because they want you to come into the bank, and as the child, you will not have that time to come and stand up in a long line in the bank to put 25 cents in the bank. However, let us say that one of the two institutes, or both of them for that matter, would adopt schools, all right? And a person goes into the school and spends 2 hours on a particular day in the month. So at least every month you have somebody going to the Anglican school, or somebody going to the Catholic school, or somebody going to the Shantimel Roman Catholic school, or Shantimel government, whatever. Anyway,
yeah.
But you have somebody going to the school, and that person goes in, collects all the monies from all the children and everything, and they go back, because it's their job, they go back to work and they do the maths, and the children have their accounts updated every so often. You update their accounts, you congratulate them, you give them the same little stars that you give them when they do well in their exam. You give them little stars and so on, and you have them now as a customer. So by the time they get to 18, they learn now, well, they had to do so, boy, the teacher don't come in the school again, no? We had to do so and join the line. And you can follow that child from primary school into secondary school into TAMCC, whatever. Yeah. So you have a record of that child and what the child is doing. Now, when that child comes to you for a loan, you are able to see how well that child saves, because you would be able to go back to that child's record from primary school. So it makes it a whole lot easier. So that's what I'm saying to you. The teachers, they don't understand banking to that extent. But The banks. That's what
they do.
That's what they do. And this is how you're supposed to be wooing customers. Not waiting until Andre gets to be a big man, he get a walk. So he come and he open up a account for you to ask Andre a million questions. If you had taken Andre from primary school to work, yeah, then you wouldn't have to ask Andre all those questions. You would know everything about Andre.
And his financial management. Now, you know something? In the days when I used to be the primary, the face of quotes in Grenada, let's say the primary advertising personality, because there are other persons too. There's something I learned that I'll never forget. They had what you call an Easter bonnet competition. But in those days, me, I even know what a Easter bonnet is, right? That's the first. So I wonder, and I'm ashamed to ask her because I'm pretty well advanced in my life already. So I should not.
You should know what that is.
But it turned out that the Easter bonnet, bonnet is just a headwear.
Yeah.
That you use around Easter time, I guess. So it's called Easter bonnet. Boy, the young ladies came in all their fancy wear. The parents really worked on them. But you had extensive marketing went into it, in terms of promotions, I should say, went into it. Because it was intended to be a big event. A Saturday morning between 9 to 12. Easter bonnet competition and so down at Young Street Branch. Excuse me. They probably had about maximum 2,000 children there. Right? And after the activity, the manager and I was speaking. The manager was a guy from England. Can't remember his name now. But I asked him what was his opinion about the activity in terms of turnout, because the amount of promotion that went into it, my expectation was that the place full that morning, everybody bringing on the child, because now you got the children got the opportunity to get prizes for the best headwear, the best bonnet. But in addition to that, there was all other little opportunities for prizes and sweets and cakes and a whole big shebang aimed at the children and creating excitement. So I thought, just about 2,000 people coming, the whole of Grenada. I know the man said to me, he said, we met our objective. So I asked him, what was the objective? He says, today we wanted to make some kids happy. And we wanted to cement in their minds that Courts is the place to shop. So here I continue to ask him, well, so how did you achieve that? He said, you see what we did today? When those who came could never forget the exciting time that they had. Because they did have an exciting time, although it was just about 2,000 of them. And he says they would associate Courts with that kind of excitement and so that when they become customers, or when they're of the age where they're starting to furnish a home, deep inside of them is that I have to go to Courts. So he said today was not about today. Today was marketing for 10, 15, 20 years down the road. I'll never forget that. But and look at correct. It, they never mention furniture, because how would you sell furniture to kids? They never say to them, when you're building your house, remember Courts? No, that was not the way it was done.
They gave them a fun time.
They gave them a fun time, but the fun time is associated and linked to Courts. And that, so...
And even the parents now, when they're going to buy something, the child's going, Mommy, let's go at Courts now.
That's what it is. So there are creative ways of ensuring that the message goes out. Of course, it's like Courts was prepared to go for the long haul, right? You have to do them kind of, make them kind of efforts too. And that's why I agreed you that one of the financial institutions, and I'm not just saying one.
All are.
The financial institutions should see that as an opportunity.
Even a credit union job, right?
Decide, yeah, they too, and decide to work with kids from now. You may not see the results immediately, but you have to plan long term.
You have to, and you have to be prepared to take Well, these days you hardly seen 5 cents and you don't see 2 cents and they're wrong. Forget that. So you have to be prepared to take the 5 cents is there. The 5 cents, the 10 cents, the 25 cents. You have to put yourself in a position so that you're able to take this because that is what the child has. And maybe you can get creative and say, look, up to a certain amount, because you don't want to bust yourself. And you can say, up to $5, we are going to match you. You know, so
maybe even as an introductory offer.
As an introductory offer. Yeah. You know, up to $5, we are going to match you. And there will be days when you'll be lucky, so that if you put in 25 cents, in actuality, it is 75 cents today. So all these things cause the children to be excited, cause them to want to do this. And before you know it, they're adults. And they have the concept of saving. And they know that when they save, they're going to be interest rates that's going to thing, and they can come in, and you know them, and you could... I just think that we are too stagnant sometimes. We're too stagnant when it comes to so many different things. And that, of course, is one of them. And that is coming to you too, Robert. And insurance. Again, you guys need to start, and I'm speaking to insurance companies here, you need to start going to the schools. Maybe the secondary schools, the Form 4s. You start with the Form 4s, and you take that straight through to National College, where you have discussion with these children and you speak to them about retirement. You don't have to go every week.
No, certainly not.
You know, you don't have to go every month, but you go there and you speak to the children about retirement and show them how they can plan. You give out a business card or two. Some are going to stay, like courts. The memory is going to stay.
We do programs like this. It has not been targeted at children though. So and it's amazing.
So you're not doing it.
How we speak in here, and because I taking message to her.
Well, you better.
Right, and I'm seeing while we have been actually looking at the teachers who are employed, but it's important to have a program
for the children.
A program where it's a.
We have a caller.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, Mr. Donald.
Good morning, sir.
And good morning, Mr. Whyte.
Morning.
Yes. Andre, sometimes I wonder, why you're not in a better position or a millionaire. The ideas you come up with, you could, these companies and so have to hire you to do their marketing. Having said that,
thanks, Devon. Thanks.
One of the important things in doing something like that through the schools and the businesses, especially the financial institutions, to take note, is to build your customer base. The banks will always be there. Insurance companies will always be there for let's say the next 15, 20 years. So you target the young ones in school. You are developing your customer base from now, right? So by the next 10 years, where you would have only have perhaps 1,000 persons there, you would eventually have another 500, right, from the different schools or children who have studied and come back and decide to either take out an insurance policy or to open accounts. So it is all about the customer base, and I don't know why companies and so are not buying into things like that. They need to listen to Real FM some more.
You got it there, bro. You got it there, bro. I guess I might have to get you to do my marketing.
I can help. I can help.
Thank you, bro. Thanks for calling.
Have a good morning.
You too. One love.
Good.
Yeah, Bob Whyte. You see, I think that we kind of put in the cart before the horse. And I'll tell you why. And I say we as a community, we as Grenada, we as maybe the world. But we're talking Grenada here. The banks and the credit union, they'll have special days like Credit Union Day, or they expect you, and when I'm saying you here, I'm speaking about the child. They expect the child to come into the bank or the child to come in with the mother and open an account. No! If the child comes in with the mother and the mother open an account for the child ain't really affixed to that, They ain't really bothering with that, Mommy go put money.
Yeah, you have to address, you have to take it at the school level.
You have to take it to the school level. So you have to go into the schools. You work it out with the Ministry for Education. Get it worked out so that you're not disrupting classes or whatever. And you go into the schools and you do the thing. But it's like if they don't want to make money.
Well, marketing. But I want us to go back to the issue of pensions, yes, because
but that would influence pension, eh?
Well, clearly it would, right? But I want us to focus on a couple more points with the whole pension arrangement.
No problem.
What
Stephen
I want,
Francis says good morning.
Who's that?
Stephen Francis, the ex-police guy.
Morning, Stephen. What I would like us to do, though, you see that discussion with respect to capturing the kids and the importance and that sort of thing. I want us to do that maybe in its entirety, another program, so you could create the awareness. Now, interestingly, it's almost like as Devon pointed out, like we're marketing for the companies, but the intention behind the program from day one when we started, Andrew, is to bring awareness to persons about what they could do and how they need to plan and how they could use insurance to their benefit. And in some cases, the protection, yes? Mm-hmm. So we want to make sure that people understand that. If the companies benefit, then so be it. But we want to make sure that people understand how they could make this thing work for them.
Everybody will benefit. Well, the company will benefit, and they will benefit, and the person will benefit,
and they will.
So that is what we're all about.
Yeah. So let's pencil that discussion.
You taking notes?
Yeah, I am.
You don't want. Remember, I said to you, I'm not taking any notes.
No. When I say let's pencil, I'm taking notes. So what I mean, let's put it off for another day.
We've got another caller. Do you want to take?
Yes, man. Let's take the call.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, Andrew, and morning to Robert.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yeah, Robert. I have a little question for you. I know you all been closed and to pay, just to pay there, you need to make an appointment. I find that shouldn't be happening because you have to make a payment on your insurance, whether house, life, and when you go there, they send you back, or they tell you put the money if you have cash in the box, which some people don't want to do. So I don't see why they should be turning you back if you come there to pay and say you need an appointment.
Right, and it feels awkward. I know it does, because I say to people all the time that while I would be an insurance salesperson and I understand things from the company standpoint, and I will explain why just now, but when you're on the other side of the coin, the delivery of the coin as a customer, sometimes the very thing that you sell seems awkward and feels awkward. So somebody showing up and they're told that they have to make an appointment, it feels awkward.
Yeah.
But when it's part of the COVID not requirements, was it guidelines and the permission / guidance, whatever, instructions.
Yeah.
Now the insurance companies were allowed to operate by appointments only. Right? So as awkward as it is, even for us who deliver the service, we are bounded by that to stay within the ambits of the law. If not, we can be found to be afoul of it. Right? So what I can tell you though is that the company has made submission to GAFIN and alongside the people responsible for the COVID protocols and so, to give some kind of consideration and leeway, because you know how much people reach there, and because they did not hear, did not know. No matter how you send information
but Robert, y'all are not putting out information.
But
Stop that.
No matter how much no information went out.
Wait,
but no matter how
put a WhatsApp out?
Well, there are other ways. There are creative ways of getting information out.
How come I didn't get it?
Well, you didn't get it. That's true, and you know why.
How come I didn't? And I'm not talking Real FM here. How come I did not get that? I'm a client of your company, and I did not get the information that, hey, I need to make an appointment to see Robert.
Right, because that's how insurance companies have been mandated to operate within this sphere. That's the
what?
Since
don't put out information?
No.
Oh, they've been taught to operate like that? Oh my God, I didn't know that. Thanks for telling me.
So bro, that's the scenario here, but that is expected to change soon.
Yeah, because I went there for 3 months. 3 months I go there every different time, 3 months. And I didn't get him to pay my life. And then they're telling me that it lapsed, but it wasn't my fault.
Well, take that up with them. Yes. In a scenario like that, take it up with them. There could be some concessions. There should be some concessions.
No, but what I do, I pay the amount still. I still get to pay the amount I pay monthly. I get to pay it in the 3 months. They are total.
Right.
But it's settled now and it's come back to. But I find that they need to do better than that, because they would have sent me back. I had to beg just to get inside, just to pay the 3 months' money to bring it back. Yeah. But I told them, if they continue with the appointment, I will just put the cash in the box and just go bother for this month.
Well, that's an option too, because the place has 24-hour security, so that's why they allow people to use the drop box.
Yeah, but most people don't like that.
I know. That is a fact.
All right, man.
Look into that. Yeah.
Take care. Thank you. Thanks for the call.
Yeah, man.
All right, good. Right. And this morning we go into 9 o'clock because I think we have Parliament this morning. And
well, remember I did tell you 8:45 was my cutoff point.
Well, yeah. Well, you got like he wasn't here. He the guy heard you say good morning to the guy, Robert. You didn't see him, but you see
Stan.
Yeah, the guy.
Stan, morning. What's up, buddy?
What's up with him now? Aren't you talking?
I'm not hearing him.
Are you hearing him now?
Nope.
Stan, good morning. Hold on.
Andre.
What? Yeah, well, right. There you go. You always do some kind of gadget and you know it can't work. Yes, of course we're hearing you now. You and your gadgets again, Stan.
Let me make some adjustment. Are you hearing me now, sir?
Yes, we're loud and clear.
But you see, I don't know. I try a different device every Tuesday, and every time I try,
have too many. You have too many devices. That's your problem, Stan.
All right, okay. So I just have it off the good old computer. I'm speaking to the speaker. I'm hearing to the whatever.
Yeah, and we're hearing you wonderful.
Okay, good. No,
Stop
I just
the gadgets.
Okay, all right. I just want to say something quickly to Robert, and I have always had that issue. Why insurance companies consider themselves second rate? The banks have not had that problem, right? Because the banks made a representation to the powers that be from early o'clock, right? They had some adjustments in the operation, but clients still got to go to the bank. Clients still got to take their monies, put their monies in, get service. And insurance companies never have a swell of people going into there. You usually see people going in there, in droplets. So I don't understand why the insurance industry would accept that they need to do this lockdown as far as services are concerned. From last year, I've been saying that, and I spoke to a particular.
Well, Stan, they accept it. They just accepted it. It's just like Stan, the clergy and so they made a rule for themselves and make it look like if it's government that make the rule, but they made the rule themselves.
Yeah, but the unfortunate thing is that the insurance company is not even making rules. They're not doing anything. These guys just sitting back and
because
waiting.
It's easy. It's easy for them.
It's
easy for them.
One of the biggest problems you have in Grenada right now, and again, I'm speaking as a former insurance operator, is that insurance companies have relegated themselves to third-class businesses, relegated themselves because they do not have a unified voice to begin with. There was an association that dismantled, right? And they just allowed to fend for themselves. Unfortunately, the people who suffer are the clients. I don't see why to follow those. Right? You hearing me now?
Yeah, we're hearing
you. Go ahead.
Are you hearing me now, sir?
Yeah, we are.
Go ahead.
I don't know. I have to speak to Flo about. This internet because it seems that deliberately on Tuesday mornings they do that too. Yes. So I was saying that I do not see why insurance companies should allow themselves to be treated that way, right? Because the banks are operating. A client comes in, how often to pay? How often? They see one officer collecting cash. Social distancing is normal for insurance companies because that's how people trickle in. Why should you? I mean, the gentleman who spoke there about his policy lapse now, I'm hearing you telling him that he should make a case, right? He could make a case. But the fact of the matter is policies lapse. The administrators will decide whether or not they'll waive, depending on his condition, whether they want him to do a new medical. These are things that these people are faced with. So persons whose policy is lapsed because they are unable to pay, not unwilling, but unable. I don't know how they'll be treated. And Robert, yes, you're telling me.
Robert has to go now. He has to leave because he has to attend the function at 9
Yeah,
o'clock.
Robert
So he
always
must
living
leave now.
with you. I don't know about you. You don't
No,
by doing that one.
Because I know you can handle that.
Well, I'm going to, as soon as you leave, I'm putting my boxing glove on because I know what's coming up.
The what's that?
Boxing glove.
No, Stan, in parting, let me say that the points you raise, I agree. That part of the reason I believe why we probably would not have had the kind of how do I say this, that we were not given the leeway to operate like, let's say, the other financial institutions, or be banks and credit unions, and so it's because we didn't have the kind of representation. I agree that it's not the same. If you have a strong bankers association that when they speak on behalf of the banking sector. We lost that through because the insurance association, right, went defunct. So insurance companies are now required to speak on their own behalf. It's not the same thing if you're hearing from this person here and that person
Robert,
here.
you need to go.
Yeah. So I agree with you, Stan. So, but the long and short of it is that caller with that issue, I'm certain that he'll get some redress. Andrea, thank you very much.
The long and short of it is Robert and Stan. Stan is a short guy. He's a tall guy. So that's the long and short of it. Goodbye, Robert. Have a nice day.
You too.
Robert,
Bye,
have
folks.
a good day. Have a good day. Yeah.
You too, Stan.
All right. Catch you again next week.
I want us to just stay a little while on this association thing.
I don't know if I can contribute it.
No, well, let me just say something. I was.
And Stan, we can only go for about 10 minutes more, yeah? Just
I
to
know.
let you know.
I heard you this time, so I'm
okay.
I'm trying to keep my mind in that direction. Yes, I was part of the original formation of AGIC, Association of Graded Insurance Companies. I was part of that. In fact, I was a founding foundation stone, thought it that way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And the ideas were great. We started off well, but you see, insurance is almost like a plan, and I can say because I've been there. In some areas, it has to be a hand down, right? So some companies would say, okay, well, my father ran this company, and I want my son to run the company. They'd employ their brothers, sisters, siblings, whether or not they have the ability to run this company. And that's the reality. So if you're not from a particular social gathering, you are sort of looked at in a particular way. I've been in the industry, what I'm talking about. And that has caused the demise of the kind of coherence that there should be. So because I don't see the second largest financial block in the country would be operating without a governing or association. Can you imagine that?
Yes, I could, because it is happening. It is happening. Because
it's a rhetorical question. But I think it's all because of the way they themselves see themselves, unfortunately. I remember saying in a gathering, the banks depend on us, right? Without us, the banks cannot do what they're doing.
That
because
is
most
so
of the
true.
products
That is so true.
most of the products they offer, the requirement is that you have insurance. But we treat ourselves as though it's significant. I'm saying we, sorry, they. And just to finalize on this one, um, the fact that you can have insurance companies being told that their clients cannot come and pay a premium because they have to follow COVID protocols is testimony to the fact that these guys don't know what they're about. I mean, I'm talking about the insurance companies don't know what they're about because they could have made a case and say, look, this you have people lining up to do things. So why can't we anyway? Be that as it
No,
may, Robert is not there to
you have
defend.
people. But hold on, Stan. You have people lining up to buy food to sustain themselves.
Yes, yes.
And
yes.
you don't have that sort of a crowd. You do not
Right.
have that sort of a crowd in any insurance office. Forget that.
No, you don't. You don't.
Right? And it's put it this way: the people who go to pay their insurance premiums like that, they're going to be behaving totally different to those who go to shop at the supermarket. It's a completely different crowd.
Yes.
You know, so I again, as you said, it goes back to no one speaking for and on behalf of the grouping of insurance companies. You guys need to fix that. That needs to be fixed.
They need to fix that, not you guys.
Yeah.
I'm trained in insurance, but I'm not an operator. Yes. So let's hope that the message gets across. Last time when I raised that with an operator, he got angry with me. You know, and I said to him, I said, you people you don't even know what you're about. But again, I sometimes see things that people don't like.
I have to tell you, Stan, why do you try to clean that that crevice between the screen and the computer itself all the time when we're talking? You just pass
because
your
there's
finger
dust.
over that.
There's dust. Every
Yeah,
time I
but you
speak,
pass.
I see dust.
How do I know? How do I know you pass your finger there? Because you nearly deaf me.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It's just like a reflex.
You did it last week, and you did it again. I'm like,
you told me that. I'm sorry. I'll have to put my hand in my pocket when I'm speaking to you, right? So
you probably need to get some mittens and put in your hand so you won't do things like that. But how are you? I sent you the link so very early. What happened this morning?
Well, Anne-Marie had to take her vehicle to the garage, right? So I had to accommodate her by dropping her there and waiting for her, and so that's why.
But you could have joined with your phone stand.
Yeah, I could have done that, but I like to be comfortable when I'm speaking to you.
Oh, okay. By the way, how's my good friend Winston?
He's good. We went walking this morning as usual.
Okay.
And we like I always tell him, I said, because we social distance when we're walking, you on one side of the street and I'm on the other side. Even on issues, we are like that on one side of the street. I say that to him all the time.
Yeah, well, you must say hello to him, please, because I haven't spoken to him for quite a while. Maybe he's do an interview. Maybe I'll have a chit chat. Well, I should, because his ministry is under the same umbrella as the climate change thing, right?
No, he's no longer there.
Oh,
that's Dr.
He's in the prime minister. He's in the prime minister's ministry. Yeah. NADMA. The COP26 that's taken place, Stan, it started already, I think. Yeah, right? It has started.
It started already.
Finished. Yeah. Did Simon go after that, or it's virtual?
I don't know if I saw a post he made recently, but I don't know if he's on island or he left. I don't know if he went. I don't know.
I get the feeling that he would have gone off because when I spoke to the Ms. Her name's drifted off. The lady who's responsible for the affairs of the British here. When I spoke to her, she did say that the British government would have been working with different countries, including Grenada, to help them to attend. So I'm assuming that they would have gone off to this because it's in Glasgow. So I think they would, yeah, I think you would have gone after that. So what's new? You got 30 seconds to tell me what's new. What's new and exciting with you? Nothing else. No politics. No nothing. What's new and exciting?
Well, politics is new. I mean, we have.
No, I ain't talking politics with you. I'm not speaking politics with you this morning.
We're not talking politics. You asked me what's new. I'm telling you what's new. I mean, just answer your question. There's a new executive. That's new. Other than that, we're looking at things and see how things go. I mean, on the top of whatever his number is. I think one of the drawbacks is that we're not making sufficient use of the monies that's available for this climate change initiative that's going on, and that's one of the things. It's unfortunate that governments do not put resources in areas that can bring benefits back, grant areas and so on. This, I mean, those, as one person reminded me on Sunday, during the revolution, there was a department whose responsibility and roles were to find monies. That's all they did. See who's giving what, and let's write proposals and get it. Right now, the planning divisions in every ministry is allowed to do their own thing, and at the end of the day, I show that we're making good use of those resources. But there's a lot of money out there, Andre, that's free. The African countries make maximum use of it, but we're in the Caribbean, in Grenada in particular. I mean, I remember I wrote up a project to clean the Granite Lake, right?
Mm-hmm.
$500,000 was available. Everything was done, and the PS in a particular ministry just had to sign up. I'm still waiting for the sign up. Grant, So I mean, that's where we are. A grant, yes, a grant. That's where we are. I mean, if it doesn't originate with us, then we don't want it. That's the kind of attitude we have. Some things that if I cannot see Andre's name from the start, then I'm not going to move. I just use your name like this, but that's the point I'm making.
Yeah, you always use my name when it's bad things. Anyway, Stan, got to run, got to go. We will talk again another time.
Yes, sure, we will. And great morning to everybody listening, and enjoy the rest of the day. Take care.
Take care, yourself, my brother. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
It's real. It's 91.9, 91.5, www.derefmgrenada.com. We join in Parliament in a couple of ticks. Stay with us. Yeah. I can bet my bottom dollar that it's going to be interesting. House of Reps, always interesting, especially that we just had. Anyway, House of Reps, you got to listen this morning. I wonder if the PM is going to be there. Prime Minister, you going to be there this morning? Well, he should. It's House of Reps.
Where you walk? What you say?
Good morning, Grenada. Good morning, Caribbean. Good morning to the world.
Where you walk? What you say?
Stay with us, my friends. Everything will come your way. You better believe that. And to all those who joined us on social media, whatever platform you used this morning, thank you so very much. And to our friends inside of Fun City, Brooklyn, good morning.
Informative, entertaining, and first. Every hour on the hour.
This is the latest news update from the Northern News Network. Details right after the break.
M&M Hardware Limited, Hope St. Andrew and Dusty Highway St. George. Shop conveniently for all your building materials including plumbing, electrical, lumber, cement, steel and much